For the dry land session, you're going to need a peanut and you're going to need a band. You can probably get away without having the peanut, but a band pretty much is going to be mandatory. So we're going to start out with a pair of spinal rolls. The idea here, we're trying to soften up those muscles that run up each side of your spine. So I'm starting down at my low back. One key, you're going to need to hold your shirt so that it doesn't wind up in the ball. And then the tennis ball should be on each side of your spine, and your vertebrae should go right down that center channel. So all I'm going to do is maintain a little bit of a crunch, put some pressure, and slide my body so that I work all the way up. This is something you'll get better at if you do it more often. And then down. Doing it on a hard surface probably better than a soft carpeted surface. All right, 2 more times. From the low back all the way up to your neck. 1 more time. All right, so we're gonna go with some extension. We're gonna start your sternum straight through. That's about where I want the peanut to begin. So bottom border of your shoulder blades, a touch lower is okay, but we're staying away from the low back. Once you're positioned, both arms straight up. Mini crunch, don't lose contact with the peanut. Come back down, both arms overhead. Mini crunch, don't lose contact. Come back down, 1 arm high, 1 arm low. And 1 more rep, up to the ceiling, back down, and then reverse. 1 hand towards your hips, 1 overhead. So now you're gonna shift your body about 1 inch, move the peanut up your spine so we're closer to between the blades, and same 3 movements. Mini crunch, straight up, come back down, both arms overhead. Mini crunch, come back down, left arm overhead, right arm towards your hip. And mini crunch, come back down, right arm overhead, left arm by your hip. And 3rd position. So we don't want to go higher than the top border of the shoulder blade, so kind of near that scapular spine, because we're trying to stay away from your neck. All right, 3rd position, and mini crunch, come back down, both arms overhead. Mini crunch, back down, left arm up, right arm down to your hip. And 1 more mini crunch, back down, right arm overhead, left arm down by your hip. All right, to exit this, simply roll sideways. All right, so now we're gonna go into T-spine rotation. So one of the big keys here is your position. I'm a big order of operations person, meaning I get on my side. Right now my shoulders are vertical and my hips are vertical. As I bring my leg up, I'm not gonna rotate first. So your body's gonna find movement wherever it gets it the easiest. The whole idea behind bringing your leg up is we're locking down the lumbar spine so that our movement is coming from the thoracic spine. So if the legs are down below 90 degrees of hip flexion, I'm able to access that range from my low back. And there are times I'll use a little bit of that, but on average, we're too loose at the low back and we're too tight at the upper back, too tight at the hips. So to unload the low back, we need to work the area above and below. So on your side, vertical hips, vertical shoulders. You're gonna bring your top leg up and then hook it with the bottom arm. So if you have about a 90-degree bend at your elbow and you're catching it at the wrist or the hand, you're gonna be in a pretty good position. Now, as far as height, we want it to be about as high as your hip. And then with the 90-degree position, I know the leg is further up than 90 at the hip, which is gonna keep the low back out of the equation. So place the opposite hand on the back of your head. And what we're looking at is 5 rotations, keeping the lower body fixed, and you're trying to get the shoulder blade and the elbow on the floor. 2, 3. I thought this camera angle might be easier than one where you're looking at me straight on. And since I've got a hat on, bright lights are going to expose my balding. All right, from here. So now we're going to go out to about a 90-degree elbow position, and then we're going to do some arm slide. So I want you to keep the shoulder blade down, keep your arm as low as you can. Now for some of you that may be here, perfectly all right. Keep it as low as you can, and then 5 arm slides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. 5. All right, rotate back. So now with the bottom arm, we're gonna start at position. And what I want you to do is bring that down to about a 45. So maybe easier to see at this view. So here's 90, coming down to 45. And what we're going to do is bring the hand in a little more towards the abdomen instead of away from the body. Now, if you have great mobility, this is your internal rotation and your hand just flops right down. Don't feel like you need to keep doing it. If you're like me and you spend a lot of years bench pressing, military pressing, this is always going to be in your repertoire. So we're going to go down and just find a nice stretch. Hold this for about 15 to 20 seconds. And then we're going to repeat all that on the other side. All right, so vertical shoulders, vertical hips. Bring the top leg up. Hook it with the bottom arm. So I have a 90-degree bend at the elbow, and I'm at the wrist or hand as far as my knee position. Opposite hand on the back of your head, and 5 times. Try to get the shoulder blade and the elbow down flat. 2. And it helps if you track your eyes. I wouldn't just track them all the way across because you're going to get dizzy. But once you rotate, turn your head, turn your eyes the direction you're going. So the signal from your eyeballs will go all the way down the spinal column. So if I am looking to my left, I'm going to rotate to my left a little bit better. 2 more. All right, now we're in our rotated position. So 5 arm slides. Come out to about a 90, try to get flat on the floor, and then keeping that arm low, slide it up and down. 1, and bring it down as far as you can. 2, 3, 2 more. 4, and 5. And then the last one, internal rotation on this side. So I'm starting at my 90, coming in about a 45, and then bringing the hand in towards me. So you ought to feel this on the back side of the shoulder. And we're just going to hold this about 20 seconds. And if you can get a little more range, go after it, but don't be too aggressive with this. You don't need to yank on the shoulder. Remember, when it comes to mobility, consistency is always going to beat duration or intensity. All right, last thing we're going to throw in, CatCows. So from your tabletop position, quadruped, whatever you like to call it, shoulders are over hands, hips are over knees. And when we go into the cat position, everything rounds on the way up. But as we go down to our cow, what I want you to do is stop at about a neutral position for your low back, and then continue this movement through the thoracic spine. So the tendency, and again, your body will move wherever it finds movement the easiest. So from here, if I'm just thinking dump down, I'm going to drive all that movement through my low back and not get a whole lot going on in the thoracic spine. The whole idea is T-spine. So up into our cat, we're going to go 10 count total. That's 1. Come down, fix the lower body. So lumbo-pelvic posture is nice and neutral, and then chest is down, head is up. 3. Drive it down through the chest. 4, 5, 6, 7. Should feel that pressure. Number 8 between the shoulder blades. 9 and 10. All right, so that first step is getting nice and mobile through the thoracic spine, getting nice and mobile through the shoulders.